We will start with new C program, that is implement C program to find average of three numbers and take the numbers from the users. Clear? So here in this program what we want three numbers. Okay, these are integer or float number. So here we take only integer number. As per that we can take the data type. Okay, so next thing is what we require, which built-in functions we require. Here first is printf and second one is scanf. These statements we require to implement this program. Clear? So printf and scanf, these statements are present, or these built-in functions are present in stdio.h header file. So first we include that header file in your program. Next, clear screen to clear the text mode window and getch to freeze the console. These functions we require in our or include in our program. So these two built-in functions are present in conio.h header file. So our program starts from including header files. Clear? So first hash include stdio.h. So first include this header file because printf and scanf definitions are present in stdio.h header file. Next is a hash include conio.h header file. Why we include conio.h header file? Because getch and clear screen, these two built-in functions definitions are present in conio.h header file. Clear? Next, after including header file in your file, that is suppose average.c header average.c file, what is the next step? Next step is start the program, and our C program starts from main function. So implement main function. So start with main. Main is the main function of your program. Then return type void. Void is the return type. That means that main function does not return anything to operating system, because main function operating system calls to main function and main function does not return anything to OS, that is DOS, that is this operating system. So return type of this function, main function, is void. Next, after declaring main function, what is next step? Next step is declare the variables. Whatever will be the variables required in your program, we can declare at the first line of your function. So how many variables required? Three numbers. So three different numbers. For storing the values in these three different numbers, we take three different variables. So A is the first variable, comma, B is the second, and C is the third variable. Then next step is choose the data type of that variable. What is the general syntax for declaring variable? That is, first is variable name. Okay, before that data type, right? Whatever may be the data type of that variable, and before that storage class. So this is the general syntax of the declaration of variable. So name of the variable, before that data type of that variable, and before that storage class. So what is the data type of this ABC variable? So now we choose only integer values from user. So data type is int. Only write int, that is integer, that is a data type. And what is the storage type? So we cannot write anything here as a storage type because storage type is optional. Storage type is optional. When we does not write anything here, that means that variable becomes local variable. Okay, what is the storage type? Storage type is local, or it is called as auto variable. Clear? So we will study storage classes in next lecture. So just first declare the variable ABC and their respective data type as a integer. Next thing, so what we want to make average of these three numbers. For storing that average, we require another variable. So variable name is average. Average is the name of the variable, and write semicolon at the end of the statement, because this is one statement in your C language, and this statement is called as the declaration statement. Clear? Here we declare all the variables which we want in our program. Okay. So after that, whatever may be the output printed previously on the console or text mode window, we want to clear that. So for clearing that, we use CLR SCR function. So clear screen. CLR means clear screen. Screen means your console or text mode window. So after that, we clear that text mode window. Next, how we require the output on the console? That means, suppose this is your black screen on which output get printed. So in what sequence we require the output? So first, enter first number. This is the first message we want on the console or text mode window. After that, what we want? Cursor is blinking for taking first number from the user. Clear? After that, third statement, what? Enter second number. Then again cursor is blinking for taking number from user, and number is integer type. Next, after fourth, fifth statement, what is? Enter third number. Then next line, cursor is blinking for taking third number from user, and last one, after entering third number, what is the message? That average is equal to, and whatever may be the average is printed here. So in these statements, this is the output screen. Whatever may be the output we want, like this. So enter first number. This is the only static message, and that message is printed using printf statement. After that, take the number from user, and user enters the value. Suppose user enters 10 and press enter key. So this 10 value is saved in variable, suppose A. So 10, first number's value is saved in the variable A. Next, suppose 20 and press enter. So 20, that number value is stored into integer number B. Suppose 30 is the third number entered by user, and we want to save this 30 into C. Understood? So as per that, we write the code here. Okay, always we take the requirement from the user. This is the user's requirement, that enter three numbers and then average. So this is the output screen or user's requirement. As per user's requirement, we can implement the code. Clear? So after that, what is the average? 10 plus 20 plus 30, that is total. Total is 60 divided by 3, that is 20 is the average. So last message is average is equal to 20. Here also average is equal to is common part, that is static part, but what 20 is always changed because it depends on the values entered by user. Clear? So as per that, we implement the code. After clear screen, that is first time that all the console is clear. Okay, nothing is there on the console. Next is printf. So next statement is printf, double quotes. What is the message? That is enter first number. Okay, after displaying this message on the console, cursor, that is runtime cursor, is moved to the next line. So for moving cursor to the next line, /n is there. /n for next line or new line. Double quotes complete, parenthesis complete, right? Semicolon. each and every statement is ends with the semicolon in C language. Next, after printing this, what we require? We take the value from user, and for taking the value from user, we use scanf statement. So scanf, this is statement for taking value from user. So now this is scanf is a built-in function. We have to pass values, okay, or arguments. First argument is formatting type. Which type of value you want from user to scan? So we want integer value, and what is the formatting type for integer? %d. So use %d in double quotes. Then write comma. Clear? And after that, in which variable you want to save this value? Suppose this 10 value is entered by user, and this value is saved in which type of variable? So there are different variables A, B, C and average. So first value is stored into A variable. So write after comma ampersand of A semicolon. Ampersand means address of A. Whatever may be the value entered by the user, that value is stored at the address of A. Understood? Okay. Next is third line. What is the third line? Enter second number. That is only message. So write enter second number /n double quotes complete comma semicolon. So this is third line. Now fourth line is scanning second value. For scanning, use scanf double quotes %d same comma. Now second value is stored into which variable? Ampersand of b. So write ampersand of b. Ampersand means address of b location. Store whatever may be entered value by user, this value is stored at the address of b. Clear? Next, fifth line, that is entered third number. So write message retef enter third number /n double quotes complete semicolon. For scanning third number, use scanf %d. %d is formatting type. %d means scanning decimal value. Take decimal value from the user. Next, comma, and store this value at ampersand of C semicolon. Okay, that means till this we have to write code. Next, now what we want? We want to calculate average. For calculating average, take which variable we require? Average. So here average is equal to, use proper variable names. If you use average as a variable name, same name right here. Okay. If spelling mistake is there, then there is one error. Variable is not declared in main function, like that. So use proper variable name. So average is equal to, how to calculate average? A plus B plus C. A plus B plus C divided by 3. Clear? So it gives you average. Okay, and that average is saved into variable average. Now last, what we want to print average is equal to whatever may be the average of these three numbers. So use again printer. What we want to print? Average is equal to. So average is equal to, but this value is not fixed, not static, which is changed as per the user's value. What user enters as per the average is changed. So this is changing part. So this changing part is in the integer format. So write %d. Clear? So average is equal to, that is static part, but %d is variable part. %d, instead of %d, what value we want to print there? In the variable average. So write only average, name of the variable. Here no need to write ampersand. For printing variable value, there is no need to write ampersand. Only use variable name average. What happens now? Whatever may be the value in average variable is printed instead of percentage d. Okay. What is the use of printf? Printf prints whatever may be the text in double quotes. But if in double quotes there is formatting type percentage d, percentage c, percentage f, that is not printed on the console. Instead of that, whatever may be the value in the variable, which is right after comma, that variable's value is printed instead of that percentage d. So average is 20. That is last message. Understood? After that, we want to freeze the console, and for freezing the console, use get cn semicolon main curly bracket completed. Okay. Now, one of the function of compiler, that is static memory management. So, for variables only, a, b, c and average, these are the variables, and memory management is done only for the variables, not for the statements. All this code is present on the code memory of your RAM. So, understood? First, this is your RAM, random access memory, or it is also called as primary memory. Clear? This memory is divided into 4 logical partitions. First partition is called as code partition. Second partition is called as static or global partition. Third partition is called as heap partition, and last partition is called as stack partition. So this RAM is logically divided into different 4 partitions, and depending on the storage class of this variable, that variables are stored into particular partition location. Okay, variables are always stored in RAM, but which partition on the RAM? If it is local variable, because there is no storage class written, so these a, b, c and average are by default local variables. Local variables to main function. So local variables are always stored on the stack partition. Clear? So a, b, c and average. Okay, these logical names are given to this partition, on where a, b, c and average stored on stack partition. Okay, how many bytes are reserved? For integer, 2 bytes are reserved. Okay, on RAM only 2 bytes are reserved for a, b, c and average, each 2 bytes for each variable. Okay, now when scanf statement percentage d, this percentage, for this percentage d, cursor is blinking. Okay, user enters 10 and press enter. Whenever user enters the key enter, that 10 value is moved to the address of A. Okay, because where we want to store this value? Address of A. So for percentage d, cursor is blinking on the console. Whenever user enters 10 and press enter key, that entered value is moved to address of A, means here 10 value is stored into A address location. Okay, on the RAM. And which partition? Stack partition, because storage class is atto or local. Clear? So there. After that, when user enters B's value, this value is stored into B variable, C's value is stored into C, and last average, and average after A plus B plus C means values are taken from RAM, A's value, B's value and C's value. Total is 60 divided by 3, that is 20, and again this 20 value is assigned to variable average. So 20 is stored into RAM. Okay, and last average is equal to this message. Whatever may be the value in 20 average is 20 value. This 20 value is printed instead of percentage d. So this is called as static memory management, and it is done by compiler, because this memory management is done prior to execution. So it is called as static memory management. When you compile your program, at the compilation time, static memory is allocated. Values are saved at the runtime, but space is allocated at the time of compilation. And that static memory management is done by compiler. So this is called as static memory management, and this is function of compiler. Clear? Then static binding or static linking means what? Here printf is a function. This is function call. This is printf. This is a function call, and its definition printf. How to print on the console? Whatever may be the definition is written in the stdio.h header file. Okay. So binding of this printf to definition inside the stdio.h header file, this is called as function binding or static binding, because it is done at the time of compilation itself. Clear? So it is called as static binding, and all these are 4 functions of compiler. So first function, to convert your source code into binary. Second, it acts as, means compiler acts as a syntax error or grammatical error checker. Third is static binding, and fourth one is the static memory management for the variables only. Clear? So that is all about first program, that is implementation of C program to find average of 3 numbers and take the numbers from users. Not static. We can take the numbers from users. That values varies at the runtime, and it depends on the user. Whatever may be the integer value inserted by the user, as per that average value is changed. Clear? So today we will stop here.